Hello and welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward, and on this episode, I'll be talking about Aladdin. I got a chance to see it when I got back to New York, and I must say, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't see why people were so upset about it. Honestly, well, the trailers didn't do the movie any justice. Like showing the CGI animated genie Will Smith character, it just threw people off. I think it gave people it just shaped their opinions before seeing the movie. And, there was already bad talk about the movie and Will Smith and just people making fun of him because it was out of context. And honestly, Will Smith is great in the film. He's excellent in the film. Um, Most of the main characters are excellent. I like the casting. The only one I really didn't like was Jafar, but I'll get into that later. Will Smith as the genie. No, he's not always blue. He's funny. He's charismatic. He's caring. He moves the story along. He sings a few. Okay, he's not really singing. He's like singing, rapping a little bit, but he carries the story along. I'm not going to compare him to Robin Williams or anything like that, but he is a great character. And just, I guess the trailer just throwing him out there as this blue guy threw some people off. He's not always blue, and he's good. Mena Musad, I think that's how you say his name. He plays Aladdin. I don't really know his work, but I liked him as Aladdin. Not just because he looked like Aladdin, but he had the charisma, the big smile. Like if you see that in Aladdin meme when he's just smiling, he's just like excited about Jasmine. He embraces that. He does a lot of the parkour that you see, and he's really good on screen. He has great chemistry with Jasmine, who's played by Naomi Scott. I believed in their relationship. I believed in everything that happened when they first met each other, and it just felt right. Naomi Scott, she wasn't just pretty. She wasn't just a damsel in distress. She was strong. She wanted to be in charge of her people. She cared about her people, and she didn't just sit in the back and just waited for Aladdin to do stuff. She always challenged him, to do the right thing. She challenged her father, the Sultan, and stuff like that. So the three main characters, of course, Will Smith, Musa, and Naomi Scott were great casting. Jafar, I don't know his name. I did look it up, but it's hard to pronounce, so I'm not going to try it. For me, Jafar was weak because he wasn't menacing enough. Like, he wasn't intimidating like the animated Jafar. So seeing this guy on screen, yes, he has to get up on and everything like that, and he has the staff and he has the bird, calling his name and all that. But he looked like a number two. He just looked like the secondary guy, the guy who wants to be in charge, but when he's giving orders and everything, people are not paying attention. The guy who always talks stuff, but when it's time to execute, he disappoints. That's who he looks like the entire time. Even when things go in his favor, he's not menacing enough. When he raises his voice, it's not scary. And you're looking at him like, maybe it was a different role for you. I don't know. It didn't work for me. He didn't work for me in particular. Just the way he looked. His acting is fine, but the way he looked, it just didn't work. Abu, all the animals that's in this film were good. Iago, the bird, he was funny. Every time he talked, he was funny. He kept saying more words and more words, and he was good, just like in the animated series. Abu, great connection with Aladdin. Charming, when he did stuff that was wrong, this faces he made. He was smart, stealing stuff. Magic carpet, pushing Jasmine and Aladdin together most of the time. He had charisma as well, clapping when Genie did stuff. He was there, and it was just like the animated movie in a way. They added a few new songs, but it's a good movie. I don't see what all the fuss is about. The casting, again, outside of Jafar, for me, was really good, and the film was enjoyable. It's the story of Aladdin. People know the story of Aladdin, and when you go in there with an open mind, you're gonna have a good time. And I went in there and I had a good time, and that's all I can want from a movie. I'm glad I saw it. I had a good time with it. The CGI wasn't too bad. Will Smith was great to me. It was funny. Had his moments, his caring moments, his charming moments, and it's a good time at the theater. So if you like Aladdin, go check it out. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. But thank you for listening. Deuces.